Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual fiddles. And today I'm going in on You Can't Save Everyone. Ooh, this is a good one, family. This is a good one. You can't save everyone. Ooh. This is a good one because it's just as simple as that, family. You can't save everyone. You can't save everyone. And it's challenging right now because, like me, you're probably a giver. More than likely, you're a giver. If you're tapping into your spirituality, you're trying to grow spiritually, you're trying to be the best you can be, along that path, more than likely, you're a giver. And a lot of people are hurting right now. Most people are hurting right now. A lot of people are hurting financially. A lot of people are hurting spiritually, emotionally. Hurting on all physically. There's so many different ways people are being hurt right now, and they're hurting because of it. Even if they're not being hurt right now, they haven't got over the past hurt, and it's like they're anchoring it on their backpack or something like that. They carry it with them wherever they go. So it's natural for an evolved soul to see someone who's hurting to try to help them out. But I'm here to tell you, family, you can't save everyone. You can't save everyone. Sometimes you can try to get in front of other people's karma and you'll hurt them and you. You'll prevent them from learning what they need to learn so they can help themselves usurp their divinity. And if you're helping them, more than likely a little bit of their unfavorable or negative karma may bleed into yours. And their problems will be then becoming your world and then become your problems or create more problems. So it's always good to allow people to go through their changes and their challenges so they can evolve. It's not up to you to say, hey, where you are right now isn't right. That's not your right and it's not your fault. You have to let people grow. You know, me, I was always trying to help people, whether it was help them get a job and get that bread, you name it. I was that guy trying to teach people stuff because I'm just a giver like that and I wanted to see everybody win. But my wife told me, she was like, baby, you got to start telling people no. You got to learn to say no. And when I started learning to say no, all the problems of my family and friends and cohorts and crime fighting was no longer my issues. And it allowed time and space for my blessings to flow into me. Sometimes if you're on track to get something and you're diverted by everyone else's issues, you're going to miss what's coming to you. You're going to miss what's coming to you. And one thing I had to learn the hard way is everybody loves light. Good people in darkness loves light as well. So if you're one of those light beings out here in human form right now trying to help everyone, you're going to be attracting a lot of good and a lot of negative people because they're all want to feed off your light. When you're that true light, everyone wants to be around you because you make them feel good. In an earthly or physical standpoint, they're just hanging with you. You laughing and talking. But I think that there's a duality or a subspace domain or a higher level of living where we're connecting spiritually and they're just taking your light from you. But in the earthly sense, they're just hanging around you. You think you're having a good time. But me, how I gauge my energy is whenever I'm around someone, when I leave them, how do I feel? I like to be mindful of how I feel. If I'm real drained or tired, I know I don't need to be around that person. If I'm feeling upbeat, I'm like, man, that was I like that person. They was really cool. I know there was an exchange of energy and an exchange of light versus they just taking my light and I'm feeling drained when they're around. Another thing I mentioned earlier was whenever you're around someone and you're trying to help them, a little bit of their karma bleeds onto you. A lot of people focus on their credit score, but a lot of people don't focus on their karmic score. All souls are not born equally, family. I don't care what anyone tells you. I know and I feel as if when you incarnate again in this earthly domain, it's a continuation of consciousness from your previous incarnation. So whatever you were doing, whatever you were learning, however you were evolving or devolving, when you were born into this earthly domain this time, you pick right back up where you left off. Like me, I grew up in the hood. I know you guys heard me say that a lot. That doesn't mean I was a bad person. Maybe I've been living countless lives. I just had some chips before I did this live. Maybe I had countless lives of me being good and, helping everybody, living a life of luxury. And I wanted to experience a little suffering a little bit, just so I can experience the totality of living. You know what I'm saying, family? So don't think that because your upbringing was rough or you were abused or whatever, things like that, that you were a bad person in your last life. You know what I'm saying? I don't think like that. I think that in order for me to really get an understanding of this life, of this existence, I got to experience it all. But this video is not here to tell you to stop helping people. I'm not saying that at all. Because there are some people out here that need help. And if they're coming to you and you can see it, you can feel when someone really needs your help. And you'll feel that tingle like, man, I got to help them. One thing about me, what I like to do is I like to be mindful of how I'm feeling when I'm around people. So if someone say, hey, I need help, I don't just, from my human standpoint, I'm going to help them. I take it in for a moment. I may ask them a question or two. I like to connect with them. And my spirit's going to let me know if they really need help or not. I'll feel it. And if I can, I will. If I don't, I'll wish them well. Sometimes you can wish people well, and that's worth more than helping them. Because when you wish someone well, you don't know what you're wishing for them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good, positive energy, a lot of beings, a lot of energy, or even your higher self that's governing or watching you may be able to help them a little bit. So don't think that you wishing someone well isn't as good as giving someone money. If you don't have any cash or anything, don't feel bad that you weren't able to help. Even if they're not in your face, you can still wish them well from afar. But when I say you can't save everyone, meaning if someone needs help, you don't want to just start picking them up, taking them where they need to go, paying for their groceries and all this other stuff that they may need that's diverting you from your blessings. You know what I'm saying, family? Again, I buy people's groceries. I buy fast food or whatever I'm at, gas station. If I can, I'll do it. But you can't do everyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a position where I can do that. You know what I'm saying, family? So I made this video because I just felt as if a lot of people felt bad for not being able to help a lot of people. I know someone who was they're a young man, and they was telling me they were feeling bad because they didn't have all the money, they didn't have the life, and they didn't think their parents would be proud of them. And I told them, man, you don't have a record, you're making close to 6 figures, you don't have any children, you're young, you're handsome. I was just going down the line of all the goodness that they weren't focused on. And I told them, hey man, you're doing well, man. Start focusing on the good things you have and not so much the stuff that you don't have. There's always a litany of things that you don't have. But when you focus and your awareness is around all the stuff that you do have, you won't have time to feel bad about the bad. So hopefully you got some jewels on how you can't save everyone. Saving everyone, that's one of those things that, if you're like me, you've been in a place where you needed help and there was no one to help you. And you were like, when I get it, I'm going to be sure to help everybody. But if someone would have helped you, you wouldn't be the you that you are today if you made it through it. You know what I'm saying? So respect them enough to give them that lesson so they can learn from that lesson. And then they can unravel the blessing within the lesson. You know what I'm saying, family? So on that note, it's your boy Chris Enlightened. Hopefully you got some jewels today. I'm out here winning. Things are going great. And I got something special coming up for y'all real soon in about 20 to 30 days. It's going to change the world. It's going to change the game for you guys. Woo, it's going to be delicious. I'm going to come back to it though. But on that note, you already know what it is, family. I'm out here winning.